Oh, now the camera works. Odd. For some reason it didn't want to work, but now it's working. Um, it's annoying when that happens. Like the camera doesn't switch on for some weird reason. Right. So day number 7 of the Art Station Challenge. Um, it's the day where we should consider should we refine old concept or do a completely new one? That is the question. I refined line art for this one offline. Sat that did all these little mechanical details all over the place. So I thought, you probably will be bored of it watching it. So I just did it offline. So today I think I will be doing maybe a new hero. I think that will be that should be on the or should I refine this guy? But the chances is that I won't have much to show. Hey, Captain Balls, welcome. Like the line art, doing clean line art takes time. But I mean, maybe you guys are interested in it. What do you think? Good morning, Captain Jetlag. 2 captains. Captain, no captain. I think what I'll do is do clean line art on this one. So let's start the timer, and let's get it on. I think I'll start with the most important part, the face. Hey, Yatsuki. So let's start fiddling with the line art. It's fun to do like refined line art. For me, it's pure therapy in a way. Like I don't need to really think that much. Um, it's just kind of sit back and just refine what you've already drawn in that sense. Sometimes, obviously, you need to think so you don't make a mistake, but most of the times it's just like lean back and sketch or draw the lines cleanly. So we'll see how much I'll manage today in 30 minutes. Should be a decent amount. I mean, it won't. I don't think I'll manage to draw all of it, or maybe I do. I mean, maybe this one is a little bit easier compared to the like heavy mechanical. The other one I drew. Hugo, kan du sluta göra det där? Hey, Captain Balls. Yeah, line art. I just made a mistake. Nice brain. All right. So the idea that this guy is some sort of Frankenstein uh, monster, um, not sure really like what he should look like texture-wise on the skin. I do need to kind of suggest it a bit now that I'm gonna be refining the concept. And some viewer suggested that it should be like it should be charged in some way, you know, like that, or I guess the person meant that it needs another layer. So I was thinking, you know, what kind of other layer can there be um, in this design? And I'm not sure there should be like an overcharged design that maybe it'll just lessen the impact. Hey Kilrasi, good morning, and Mean Machine. Hey Eric Mui and Georg. Yeah, Lazy Nizumi, I have yet to install it actually. Um, I think it would be a great addition to my line art stuff. I need to definitely purchase it. I think it's getting to a point now where um, I want to do a lot of line art designs in general. So I think Lazy Nizumi is an investment I gotta do. And I also saw that there is an equivalent for Mac. Now the name escapes me, but it was some weird name, like very obvious, and probably not the best name for a lazy brush type function in Photoshop for Mac. But I found it, and a lot of people seem to like it. So we'll see where that goes. But I don't use Mac. I showed it to the guys at the studio, and they seemed interested in it. So we'll see if they buy. So now I'm just going over everything and kind of thinking about the design at the same time as refining the lines. Like, where is there something I need to disregard or change the shape of? Like this area there, it doesn't make a lot of sense for me. So what I gotta do is start thinking about like rationalization, what needs to be there, um, and what should I like not look at. I think the changes that I needed to do this area was minor, but you know, it takes time when you gotta like reconsider the design decisions you've made. Like the mouth there, for example, doesn't make a lot of sense at the moment, which annoys me. But I'm not gonna be spending time redrawing that now. So there is 4th of July. Is it still 4th of July for a lot of Americans? Or 4th of July has ended and everyone is hungover and sleeping? But by the way, Kilrathi, there isn't more than two eyes. It's just two eyes. He has blinders, I was thinking. A lot of people were commenting on this line art drawing or concept. they're saying that it's like sci-fi Bloodborne. Quite a lot of people mentioning it. I mean, I can see it. I can see the reasoning why they say that. I think that game would be interesting. There is a game out called, I think, called The Forge. That looked really promising, but a lot of reviews saying it's not at all as good as Bloodborne. It's just like a shell of a game, unfortunately. I was looking at some playthroughs, and I think I have to agree with the reviewers a lot. It looked like a great base that they just weren't able to completely finish. Oh yeah, Kirasi, yeah, they're gonna have the drones, definitely. I don't know if it's really old. I mean, it's not from the 90s, but it was released this year. If you regard old from this year, then yes. It's like a heavy industrial looking sci-fi game, like you're some sort of power lifter cargo exoskeleton guy that are supposed to be demolished because you were malfunctioning. You weren't demolished, and you kind of come alive, um, and you can kind of find new power exoskeleton pieces, upgrade them, like new weapons and so on and so on. I mean, on paper, the idea was really, really cool. It was like a lot of loot, and in order to get loot from your enemies, you had to do specific like combinations to remove, or you had to target a specific body part. So if you needed helmets, you needed to kill enemies focusing on their heads, so that hopefully uh, they'll like drop uh, a helmet. Oh, the surge. There we go. The surge. There we go, Bjorn. Thanks for that. Yeah, it looked really, really cool. I don't know if it's the same developers. Maybe it's the same studio. Usually what happens is that people leave and the studio is the same, just in name rather than staff in a lot of cases. Is watching lineart something that's interesting? I mean, it's not really, really fast. I mean, it's quite, if anything, quite uneventful. It's just me drawing lines slowly, building the image up slowly. It's not like a lot of things are happening. But if you guys find that interesting, I mean, I don't mind sitting and doing this, but maybe it's not that exciting to observe. Oh, number one talent. No, that's pretty cool. All right. So far, so good with one person voicing. That they dig it. Eric Moy. All right. All right. That's cool. I can understand that. Makes sense. I mean, obviously, my sketching, the underneath one is quite abstract at times. So seeing it kind of form, I assume is could be an interesting thing, rather than just seeing the finished result. To some degree, I'm just kind of rationalizing the underlying sketch and trying to place things in the right place. Still need to like tweak, I think, the body. I want, like I mentioned, I wanted that Frankenstein look to the body. I want to make it look like it's not one body, you know, that is put together. All right, Georg, that's pretty cool. So, question is like, where's key places where one can add the Frankenstein aspect of the body, like at the neck, maybe, like a cut across. I mean, obviously Frankenstein had the reattachment of a head, right? So maybe that could be a classic line to add, and maybe can show like some angry skin stretching because it's like corrupted and grown together, almost like a garrote scar that's healed. Hmm. I love like doing line art. I used to only draw with ballpoint pen all the time. It's such a nice feeling to just draw lines and leave them, and then trying to make sense out of them as the drawing develops. Like I'm trying not to do a lot of mistakes, but they will happen. But I'm glad that you guys find it interesting to observe the line art being made. That means that I could do it more. Hey, Shadow of Dreams, thank you very much. Glad that you like my art. Is one of the reasons I'm sharing it online. You know, so people might find it useful or interesting or inspirational. You know, we're all in the same boat. Most of us, at least, doing art. Um, Now, that part, this mechanical part, I want to make it interesting, but I also want to make it painful looking. So it should feel like it's clamped on, like that they just driven nails into the body. I think it'll help sell the idea with color, right? So that we can make it the skin tone angry. But I was thinking it needs to have parts like rammed into the body with like flesh overhangs, so it looks like they've just more or less taken a hammer and a nail and attached it. Shadow of Dreams. No, it's just a texture brush I usually paint with, scaled down. Um, it just makes a dirty line. Um, for some reason, I enjoy looking at it more than a default round brush. Um, it gives the line art some small imperfections, Um, for good and bad, I don't know really if it's a smart move to have like dirty lines. Um, but at the moment, I don't mind the look of it. And it's too late to go back and change line art on all the other concepts now. So this is what I'm going with, and I'm hoping you guys like the look of the unpure line art, because if not, well, I can't do anything about it. Let's see. Okay, that's a not, needs an angle, I think there. I like the feel of this character. The one of the comments I made as I was creating it, it's like a fantasy sci-fi mixture. That's good, Eric Moy. Um, that's a good thing to hear. So here, obviously, I need to change up this from the sketch because it's rotating. And I'm not sure how to connect the parts here. Just might just draw it like they intersect and leave it at that. And I want some machinery. It's not really drawn out in the sketch underneath, but I really need some sort of. I want to make it feel like it's a joint, I guess, that can move and shift. And I also don't want it to feel too static or too attached. But I don't know, maybe clamped into the flesh, and we can kind of stretch the flesh so it feels like it's forced into place, maybe. I think that might work. So let's can't switch it. All right, it's getting somewhere. Hey, big bros, welcome. Glad you could join. Looking forward to your Friday stream, Beard Bros. See how that goes. Is Svensson back from his holiday on Friday? So another thing, like as you can see, like it takes quite some time to do line art. I'm not super quick, and I don't know if this is fast or not. But doing this took some time. So that's why I thought, like, like I'll just do it offline because of the complexity of that concept. I just put on like a stupid movie, relaxed and sat and did line art for a few hours. I did not like those curves. So the idea of this character is that he's supposed to be a captain of sorts, like the leader of the normal army of the humans. The story is that it's for an art station challenge, and the story is beyond the human, what happens in the future, so on. So my little story is about the human race, much like the giraffe has evolved to a point where it can't evolve anymore and it'll die out. So they had to use technology, and they're kind of corrupting their own body in order to be able to not die off from the new race, which is an alien race. Well, not human. So this is the humans are the evil for once, you know. I haven't seen that many movies where the humans are the parasites and the aliens are the heroes. I mean, there's movies that suggest it, but not really like in black and white like that. Hey, Wade the cuff. Yeah, I'm a beautiful bird. Hey, blind coyote art. Thanks for the host. Oh, all right, Beard Bros. All right, I think that's fine. It's not like you're gonna have a lot of people listening in on what intelligent things you have to say. Thousands of people observing you. Oh, Shadow of Dreams. Thank you. Hey, Tim Remers. Thanks for the host. Unfortunately, there's just 6 more minutes of streaming. Mean Machine. Yeah, exactly. I'm leaning on that little aspect. You know, like humans are predators. I'm just kind of upping it a little bit, uh, giving it a spin. You know. All right, we're getting somewhere. It will be the best 6 minutes of summer 2017. Point blank. We will cherish this moment forever and ever. I'm gonna bro 5 all day. Okay. It's a bit weird here. I'm needing to think a little bit of how I should draw those shapes. Something like that, I guess. Hey, Skunkin. Thank you. You're new as well. Much appreciated and welcome to the stream. Unfortunately, it's just 6 minutes left of the stream. But if the stream is interesting to you, tomorrow morning at the same time, or if it's evening for you, I don't know. Tomorrow at the exact same time, I'll do another stream. Every day, working day, I stream at the same time. So if it's of interest, just click follow, get notification, or show up at the same time, because the stream starts exact same time every day. I don't really, unless special events occur, I always start the stream at the same time. So please join if you're interested. What this I've done a series of streams now, I think 7 in a row, where I'm doing entries for an ArtStation challenge, which is called Beyond Human. So I'm designing characters and monsters, heroes and villains, to be precise, for this challenge. So we'll see what happens. Thank you very much for the follow. Much appreciated, Skunkin. And CG Sisters as well, and um, Shadow of Dreams for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, he is. The idea is that like he's a boss character, like a captain, a smasher, like a Frankenstein of the future. Right? The humans have made the ultimate captain for their armies, and here is one of the other humans, which is it's not finished. This concept, it's like a collector. They use the bodies of the aliens, the heroes, as a fuel source. So this idea is that this guy is the captain, and the spine on his back he has spikes, and these spikes are actually drones attached to his body. So when he sees something, the spikes fly out of his back and start chasing down the alien. And the aliens are these acrobatic aliens, like super fast, white, agile things. So what I usually do on the streams is I sketch out the monsters, but now I thought I'd do line art. So on the streams every day I tend to vary. The normal stream though is about me just drawing random topics that you guys choose. But today, or in this last week or so, it's been about this ArtStation challenge, and I think I'm gonna do it a month out, just every day continue developing characters for this ArtStation challenge. So if you're interested in concept art and how to push things further, it's a good opportunity to take a look. And before this ArtStation challenge series, I did 1 week challenges where I did an ortho, I did a clean line art from an old warm-up sketch. So if you can dig those out as well. Underneath there's a YouTube archive from the last year and this year, season 1 and season 2 of 30-minute warm-up. Yeah, there's a Discord link underneath as well. A cool little community of people interested. All right, so time's up, which means stream is up. So today, not a lot of like real estate of line art, but I'd say there's a lot of decisions being made that make sense. It's pretty clean. I think that is a good enough line art base for a first pass to use. So I think I'll continue tomorrow doing line art, or if you guys want to see something else, that's doable as well. I can sketch out a new hero or a villain. Oh, thank you, Tatiana, and good luck to you too. So thank you everyone for coming. Have a fantastic day. Good night. See you tomorrow at the same time. And outro time. Bye.